We have been at this challenge for over a year now, and this entire time we've heard two things from you guys. Get an SS Commodore and get an XR6 Turbo. Well, it's taken us a while, but we've managed to finally buy the cheapest VE manual Commodore in Australia. So without any further ado, our brand new car, not really brand new, it's 15 years old, but our new car to us for the Lemon to Lambo series is our 2007 VE Holden Commodore SS. Right, so starting off underneath the mighty Commodore, the exhaust sounds like pretty good, which is weird because if you have a look at what's underneath here, it's almost good but pretty bad at the same time. So we've got some Hurricane mufflers, never heard of them, and for some reason someone went to all the effort. If you have a look here, we've got a nice X-Force badge on the exhaust, so nice X-Force exhaust, really good brand. And then they must have changed their mind because they get to the back and they've just welded these mufflers on. And if you saw our last video with the Golf, you'd know that there's some pretty average welding there. This takes the cake. It looks literally like boogers, not kinda like boogers, it is boogers. And this side here doesn't get any better, but hey, I guess it seals. That's a good, I guess. Moving forward from that disappointment, shafts, nice and strong, solid, no movement there. Boots, all good, nothing leaking there, and same on the diff. The shock absorbers, all dry, that's all good. So yeah, all tight, all good. Same on this side. The boots, all dry, no tears, same on the hub. Really tight, really solid at the back here. The diff, which is nice, has no leaks. And there's no play or movement in any of these bushes, unlike my 180. Get to the gearbox. It's pretty unremarkable, to be honest, which is a good thing for us. The tail shaft, no lateral play or horizontal play. Yeah, gearbox looks good, no leaks. We do come to the front here. I did just wipe it up initially just because it was everywhere, just so we could have a look, but the oil filter here is definitely not sealed. There was oil all over the side of the engine, so that's something that we're going to have to rectify, but this car doesn't come with any service history, so we're going to service it anyway, so that's no problem there. On this side, all good. Engines, no leaks there. Can see the starter motor. If you ever needed to replace the starter motor, it'd be very easy on one of these. Engine mounts, you can actually see them, look good, and those wheels are solid. Yeah, the struts again, doing good. So all in all, the car's underbody is actually really solid. The tires, plenty of tread, especially in the rear, which is very odd for an SS Commodore. Normally they're the first things to go. But yeah, the only annoying thing is because of the way that they've welded the mufflers onto the exhaust, it kind of touches the rear, the underside of the bumper, which is really quite annoying. But because they've welded it in there, there's not much we can do unless we start cutting away some of that bumper. But apart from that, I mean, it's got a couple of scrapes here and there. The thing's solid, awesome. I'll drop it down. and scan it. So we've got a little bit of a story about this SS Commodore. So when we did see the listing up on Facebook, it did say that it had an intermittent check engine light, and that was tracked down to being a cam angle sensor problem on one of the banks of the V8. So we did buy the car knowing that that was a fault. From what we could see researching online, it was either one of three things. Best case scenario, your battery or your alternator was slowly on its way out, and that was just one of the first things to not receive enough voltage and start tripping the computer. Second would be that the sensor itself is actually bad, so it would mean replacing the sensor. And thirdly, there was mention of valve tensioners and valve guides and stuff like that. Sorry, not valve tensioners, the timing chain tensioners and timing chain guides, which is a lot more expensive. So as soon as we got the car home, one of the first things we did is we got a battery reconditioner. We just chucked the battery on the recondition. It was actually quite low, so it wasn't too happy. After a night of that though, the battery was all good, was working again, and was reconditioned. Since then, we've been driving the car, starting it every morning. The battery seems to be holding up fine now. We haven't had a check engine code. We've been driving this car now for probably around 3 or 4 days. Longest drive probably about an hour, and no check engine lights, no problems there. The car runs fine. Everything else on the scan tool checks out. There's no problems with the car at all. So yeah, I guess it's a good clean bill of health, and a big how would you say, we dodged a bullet with the cam angle sensor, and it just turned out to be that the battery was on its way out and needed a bit of a top up. So all good with the scanning of the vehicle. So yes, we are dirty Commodore owners now. Morgan, what are your thoughts?
I think honestly it's like most cars we get. It surprises me. Like, we get it, yeah. I've got one opinion of it, and then after owning it, it changes completely.
Yes. I'd say the Swift still surprised me more.
Yeah.
The Swift's an awesome car. Would I have a Swift over this? Probably not. But yes. There's some things I still can't get around though. I think styling-wise, it's almost there. It needs a little bit more. And interior-wise, I think they could have done the seats better. But apart from that, like, it's a solid car. It's awesome. We are going to be servicing it, like we said, in the underbody inspection, because it doesn't come with a service history, so expect that coming to you guys shortly.
We'll do like a review, or something really weird. Review?
Yes, a review. We will be doing a review. And apart from that, it currently has a sagging headliner, but it's not terrible.
No.
It's slightly sagging, so if you'd like to see a video of us attempting to do a roof liner repair, I mean, I don't think it'll affect the sale too much.
Well, see, the thing is, like, I feel like it might be really hard.
Yeah.
But then again, people can do it for like $70.
Yeah, you can get mobile people out, so yeah, at this point, I don't know. But it does come down to how much money do we put in, and are we going to see that money come out? A couple of like little things, like the headlights need to be cleaned and stuff like that. Apart from that, like, the car's solid, a good service, a good clean. The inside does smell a little funky, so we might be getting rid of that.
A couple of air fresheners will sort it out.
It has a couple of air fresheners that hasn't
sorted. But I think that's the problem. That's every different air freshener under the sun.
Yes.
So it's like a whole mix of smells.
We got a couple of little things to do, but nothing too crazy. But yes, this is our new Commodore, our SS. Look out for our review. That'll have our thoughts and feelings on the platform, really. And I mean, it's effectively an LS. I'm pretty sure it's a copy-ish of an LS2, I think, with a different head or something like that.
Yeah.
So I'm calling it. It's got an LS in it.
I think it was different cam. The head flows either better or worse.
Yeah, something like that. But it's an LS. It's my first V8. I've never owned a V8.
Me too.
It is pretty cool. I'd have to.
Yeah, the sound. Yeah. It makes some good sounds. Yeah.
Yes, but let us know, what do you want to see with our Commodore, and you'll have to stay tuned to see how much we paid for it and how much Morgan sold for it for. Yeah. Cool. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you like it. And if you want to let us know what you think we should be getting next with our Lemon to Lambo challenge, comment below, let us know what should we get. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.